House Democrats have now introduced articles of impeachment against President Trump, accusing him of inciting an insurrection last week when a mob of his supporters attacked the Capitol. Now Washington is bracing for more protests, and Eamon Javers has the latest for us this morning. Eamon, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew. Washington is facing a security crisis and a political crisis at the same time in the wake of last week's violent attack on the Capitol building. Let's start on the security front as members of Congress are slowly beginning to realize that the threat is not over here of violence from Trump supporters in relation to the inauguration and other events that are coming up in Washington. What we saw from the FBI yesterday was a warning of possible armed protests at all 50 state capitals starting on January 16th. All 50 state capitals expected to possibly experience armed protests. The FBI saying that the armed groups are threatening to stage an uprising if Congress were to remove President Trump. One congressman now providing information to reporters saying that 2 Capitol police officers have been suspended, and as many as 10 to 15 are under investigation for their role in the riot, whether they in any way aided and abetted the rioters who stormed the Capitol on Wednesday. The president, meanwhile, has supported an emergency declaration for D.C., allowing additional federal assistance. All of this coming as the Secretary of Homeland Security, Chad Wolf, resigned yesterday in the wake of last week's events. So we are without even an acting director of Homeland Security at this point. Meanwhile, on the political side, Democrats are moving forward with an impeachment effort. Today, they are expected to vote on a resolution calling on Mike Pence, the vice president, to push forward with the 25th Amendment and remove the president from office immediately. Failing that, and that is expected not to go anywhere because Pence does not seem to be leaning in that direction. Failing that, we think that there will be an impeachment vote by the Democrats on Wednesday. It will attract quite a number of Republican votes. Not clear how many Republican votes at this point. Some Senate Republicans are imploring the House now to keep the articles focused specifically on Trump's incitement of insurrection. That's the sort of impeachment article that could garner Republican support in the Senate as well. But Senator Joe Manchin, a Democrat of West Virginia, says the impeachment effort is ill-advised, and there's some question about whether there would be enough votes in the Senate to convict and remove the president on a charge of inciting insurrection. So we think that this process will begin on Wednesday. Not clear when it will end, before or after the president's term in office comes to an end at noon on January 20th, guys.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.